I'm very interested, and I would probably consider myself a democratic socialist if I had to.
What's exciting you about that?
Well, what's exciting me is that I think there's some issues in our country, like basic human rights to have health care, and I believe that it can easily be socialized.
I got to show you this video of the co-chair, and I'm so curious your thoughts. You can give a thumbs up, thumbs down on the positions, but this was an interview a couple weeks ago. This was viral, and this is the DSA co-chair, and she was going over her positions. I'm just curious what you think about them. Okay, this is about maybe a 45-second video.
Okay.
So we're going to put up on the screen a few of the things that are part of your platform, and I want to ask you, just give me sort of a true or false on these. Abolish the Senate.
True.
Okay. Replace the presidency and Supreme Court as we now know them.
Yep.
Abolish ICE.
Absolutely.
Abolish borders and give amnesty to anyone currently in the U.S. illegally.
As a long-term plan, yep.
Defund the Pentagon.
Absolutely.
Abolish prisons, at least in large part.
Yeah, again, that as part of a long-term program, yeah.
Okay, so no prisons. Government or public ownership of most large corporations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything in there that you liked? Anything in there that you didn't like? Or did you like all of it? Abolish borders.
I like the openness, and I would need to hear what their plans are, because I don't know what it would mean to abolish or to get rid of having a president, or to defund the Pentagon. I don't know what that would look like or what that would mean, but I'm extremely interested, because I think what we're doing here, we're like, we're starting to spiral in a direction that I don't care for.
My buddy here, he disagrees with the DSA.
I'm Chavez.
And so we're talking to people about this because I want to unpack some of these things with people. You're saying you don't know what they look like. Is there anything that you thought just sounded good right off the bat out of those options?
Get rid of ICE.
Get rid of ICE.
Yeah.
Chavez,
I would say, actually, I used to be a Democrat. I registered to vote as a Democrat the day I turned 18. Up until Trump, I only voted for Democrats. I was 9 years old, knocking on doors for Obama. I went to an elementary school in New Jersey, and there was a 9-year-old girl about a year ago on a field trip at this elementary school, and she had her rock smashed in by an illegal immigrant, Hernando Gonzalez. And the reason Hernando was on the street, he'd been in the country illegally for 25 years, he had multiple convictions, is because New Jersey is a sanctuary state. So they weren't telling the DHS, they weren't telling ICE his immigration status. And so the reason why I now have come to support ICE, and I support them fully, is because we got to get rid of those people from these streets. They have to go back to where they came from, not just because they committed a crime by coming here illegally, but they're like harming us, they're harming American citizens. And so when I see the DSA saying, yeah, just fully abolish ICE, it's like, well, wait a minute. Well, then what about all the dangerous illegal immigrants on our streets? So that's why I become more of a conservative. So I'd just be curious, your thoughts on that.
It's a big thing. It's kind of similar to
It's a big thing, but that's
abolish
like
ICE. Why do you support it?
I'm a woman, and I come and I punch you in the face. So now we got to worry about all women. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
I guess I would
just because
add,
it's not because he's an illegal immigrant that made him do that. And again, I don't have enough political savvy to say whether we could just get rid of ICE. But what ICE is doing and the degree that they're going to right now to deport people. Look, I lived in Spain illegally for 3 years when I was in my 20s.
I did not do that. But that's interesting. How was that?
It was great. No one ever stopped me on the street because of the way I look. See, there we go. It's like, just because that person is an immigrant doesn't mean they're going to be violent or going to be the problem.
Well, do you support, I guess if we were to think about what the word abolish means, right? Do you support abolishing ICE?
Probably not abolishing it, but a major overhaul. I don't know. I'm just feeling so disheartened by most of our systems that I feel like they need to be taken down so far that we can actually create something new, not these little tweaks that, from Democrat to Republican, that such small changes and then nothing actually gets to really change.
Can I ask, though, to see if we can find some common ground?
Sure.
Would we both agree, though, that if you're an illegal immigrant in this country, you committed some type of crime by entering the country illegally?
All right, guys, we're gonna shift gears here really quick. One scam can wipe out your savings overnight, and these days happens way more than people think. A couple months ago, I almost fell for a really convincing scam text that looked exactly like my bank. My friend recently lost money to a fake online store, and I see you guys talking in the comments all the time about various scams and account takeovers. All of this is when I realized I needed actual real protection instead of just hoping something bad didn't happen to me. That is why I started using Coveron. It's an all-in-one identity theft and scam protection service from the same team behind NordVPN. It monitors the dark web 24/7 for your personal info, sends real-time alerts if anything looks off, and if something does go wrong, you can get covered for online fraud losses and even identity recovery support. We're talking up to $2 million for identity theft recovery, up to $10,000 if I get scammed or hit with online fraud, $25,000 at home title insurance, and even $50K if somebody tries to cyber extort me or make threats. You guys, this is serious peace of mind. I personally use it to keep an eye on my emails, cards, and social security number. It's already caught a couple data exposures for me before they became bigger problems. That peace of mind is obviously worth it. If you guys want the same protection, go to coveron.com/JamesKlug. Use my code JamesKlug. The first 100 people get 20% off. Again, that's coveron.com/JamesKlug. Coveron.com/JamesKlug. Use code Klug. One scam can cost you everything. Protect yourself before it happens. Link and code is down in the description. Stay safe, everybody. Let's get back into this.
Would that be a fair? We would both agree
Yeah,
on that?
I was an illegal immigrant
Right,
in,
so
in
then-
Spain, so I was breaking the law.
Right, so then let me ask, given that we both agree,
Okay.
if you're an illegal immigrant in this country, you violated the law,
Based on the law,
based on the
currently,
law, what should the
yeah.
punishment be for the upwards of 15 million illegal immigrants in the United States today, who we both agree they just committed a violation of the law? What should we do?
Well, it's interesting. I'm going to take this back to amnesty
Sure.
because there were periods of time I was working with lots of other immigrants, and they some of them had been in Spain for quite a while, and Spain would all of a sudden say amnesty. And
Okay, you're fine.
yeah,
Just,
okay.
it's just capturing your voice.
Okay, so it's just sudden, amnesty, and those people were now legal. So now they're paying taxes, and now they can be more productive members of society. So I think it's a question that I can't answer straight on, because if we just suddenly amnesty all the people that are illegal immigrants, like, I don't know what would happen. Like, how many of them would now be productive members of society? I'm going to assume some of them would be criminals, because that's just probably how the
Well, the
the
conservative argument,
percentages-
right? The conservative argument, I guess, would be, well, they're all criminals, right? Because they violated the law.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm a criminal. Or I was a criminal.
Well, would you have been upset with Spain if they removed you from their country for being there illegally? Would you have said that's
yeah, I was
unfair?
having a really good time. I would have been.
But you would presumably you would understand why they would deport you back,
I would
right?
understand, I
Okay.
guess. So then
Interesting.
it takes it to.
Right. Because you're breaking their law. So it's like, if you get caught, okay, wow, I got caught.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
think that's also where you and I would agree. Like if ICE, for example, if they're violating the law in Minnesota, in New York, or anywhere, they should be held accountable. In the same way, illegal immigrants who violate the law, they should be held accountable. Because we would both agree, conservative or DSA, anyone who violates the law needs to be held to the same standard. And I'm willing to apply that to ICE officers. And where I get frustrated with the DSA is they're not willing to apply that to any one of the upwards of 15 million illegal immigrants in this country.
Right.
So we all need to be held accountable for violations of the law, including, if not especially, illegal immigrants.
No, I hear your point. It really makes me think of like the black and white versus the gray areas. Like,
Right.
oh well, I don't agree with that law. I agree with this law, but like, who am I, or
Right.
who is any individual
Yeah. You know, I'm
to
also,
really say what laws we need to abide by and which ones we don't.
Right.
So I really see your point. So I
Is that a
guess
fair position? Is that a fair position right there, do you think? Like, instead of seeing it, do you think that's fair or no?
Which-
What he's saying there.
I could repeat
that
it.
that anyone who's breaking the law needs to be
Yeah.
needs to be held accountable. Yeah,
And
it's
I
a fair
think-
position. So I think we really like. For me, I would like to see a change in some of the laws.
Okay.
Oh, so you're saying
Yeah.
the best way to combat it is not the enforcement of federal law, it's actually just the abolition of that particular law.
Potentially.
Okay. My concern, though, and I gave that example of Hernando Gonzalez, my concern is essentially, whether it's directly or indirectly, you're kind of then just incentivizing criminality. So if I'm in South America and I know that the United States is giving amnesty, the first thing I'm doing is I'm running to the United States to be granted citizenship. You know, I'm a first-generation American. My dad was born in Japan. My mom was born in England. They came here legally 30 years ago. They paid a bunch in back taxes. They had a green card, then different visa statuses. So like they're probably thinking, well, what the hell? We waited in line for years. Whereas someone from South America who knows that he's going to be granted amnesty, he just gets to cut everyone. So I think we would both agree we're a nation of immigrants and we need immigrants. The labor force demands of that. But A, we need the right kind of immigrants, people who are going to work, who are going to be productive, aren't going to rely on welfare, and B, are willing to follow the law. And if the first action they've committed coming into this country is violating the law, you got to go back.
So are you sold on it at all, or
Yeah,
what
did
do
we
you think about
convince
that? I'm
you?
so curious.
Because
Did he convince you?
Yeah, you seem reasonable and rational.
I'm not 100% sold.
Okay.
I'm the kind of
What are you not sold on? Like, to be, I guess, and I don't want to put you too much on the spot, but I'm just so
that's
curious.
okay.
Like, what is it? What do you not like the sound of? Because it seems, I think, like
it's a
15
very,
years ago, a lot of the whole country agreed on that
Yeah.
position. So
Yeah,
what's-
Obama campaigned on that.
Yeah. It's not that I disagree with your position. I totally see your position. I just don't know if, like, okay, let's just round them all up and bye. I don't know, and send them back to other countries. Like, we're all humans.
So that's
And
why
I'm not saying I'm not going John Lennon on us and saying let's abolish all the borders either. I don't know what the answer is. I'm I'm dealing with this life and this brain and this heart and this spirituality right here. I don't.
one of the things, I totally hear that.
Yeah.
And one of the things I really like about President Trump is he's saying, you know what, we're not going to round you up. We're actually going to give you, as an illegal immigrant, we're going to give you $2,600. We're going to pay for your ticket back home. We're going to give you medical care. All you need to do is voluntarily go back to your country. And when you voluntarily go back to your country, we will give you priority status when you reapply legally to come into the United States. So I say that to me is a no-brainer. And I can't understand for the life of me why my former party, the Democratic Party, would be opposed to that. That seems like a win-win.
That actually sounds pretty cool.
100%.
Do you know how much was Spain going to pay you to self-deport?
Yeah, I don't think Spain is going to pay me.
This is a super
But
generous
they also,
program.
I looked pretty foreignery there, and I never got stopped.
Americans stand out for sure.
Especially with the blonde hair.
You're also a blonde-haired woman.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
I'm sure
not
they wanted
gonna,
to keep
I'm
you.
not going to think you look
In the north,
very
yeah.
sketchy either, to be honest with you.
This is
There's
a
people that
long
look a
time
lot sketchier than you. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'd say, like, ironically, President Trump is actually the most generous when it comes to illegal immigration.
Okay.
He's saying we'll pay for you to go back, we'll pay for your medical care. We just got to follow the laws. And again, to sound like a broken
I
record.
just wish he wasn't such a
Yeah, I hear. Look, I'm not.
doofus and seeming so racist and so misogynistic.
You don't like his beautiful orange skin?
It's not even his look. It's when he opens his mouth.
I was just messing with you.
Well, look, Trump's going to be gone by 2028, and I
is
think
he?
he will. Trust me, you have my word.
Okay.
But I would
Yes?
say, yeah, no.
Okay, okay.
I'll put money on it.
Okay.
But I would say whoever the president is in 2028 onward, and whether your ideology is with DSA or the conservatives or neocons or whomever, I think it's super important that we all recognize we're a country of laws, and we can't make these carve-out exceptions. And look, it's not nice. We don't like seeing these images in the same way that, like, God forbid, if my father, when I was younger, if he got pulled over for a DUI, he would be separated from his kids, and it would be painful, and I would probably cry. And if there was someone who was there with a video camera, that footage would go viral on Twitter. But that doesn't mean the federal government is wrong to take my father away. It means he committed a crime. He can't be with me because he violated the law, and it sucks. It's awful to see those images. We're a nation of laws, and that's what needs to be done.
Oh, okay.
Anything else that you
I
agreed
guess
with
really, to me,
on the
it's
DSA
like,
thing?
I don't know how much money ICE is being funded. It's like, where are our dollars going? Are we spending our dollars to round people up and send them home when the majority of them are here and being contributing members of society?
Are they?
I don't know.
Well, I'm
asking the question.
That's a bit okay.
I mean, I'd say
are
two
they
things.
contributing members of society?
Depends how you define contributing. I would say two things. Number one, that's why self-deportation is a heck of a lot cheaper. If we can just give them $2,600 and a flight back, that saves us a boatload of money in the long run. That's number one. Number two, here in the state of California, especially actually in the city of Los Angeles, we're spending way more on illegal immigrants than we're actually spending on deporting illegal immigrants. So,
On
for
what,
example,
for, like-
California has something called Cal Health, which
Okay.
means that illegal immigrants can apply and receive universal health health care. You and I can't get universal health care. Illegal immigrants can. They can get something
I wasn't
like
aware
cash.
that they were even
You're mentioning you wanted
Oh,
that
yeah.
in the beginning of the conversation, by the way. So they're getting it. You're just not.
Yeah, I pay private insurance, but if you're an illegal immigrant, you can apply for the California health insurance policy, and you will actually get it. You can get driver's licenses, you can get cash advance and cash assistance. In fact,
I
if
was
you
not
come,
aware of that.
If you come here illegally and you have a kid, that kid, of course, because of the
Right.
14th Amendment's an American citizen, you as an illegal immigrant can actually apply for cash money, no loans, no strings attached, money, depending on how many American citizen kids you have. And you don't actually have to spend it on the American citizen kid. You could spend it any way you want. So we're incentivizing people, come here illegally, have kids, and based on a loophole of the 14th Amendment, they'll be granted citizenship, and then we'll just give you free cash. So you and I as Americans are concerned about federal expenditure of dollars. I think illegal immigration would be the best way to start.
You've got me thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's about as good as where we're going to get right
I really
now.
appreciate
Nice
it.
to meet you.
What
Likewise,
was your
thank
name?
you.
Christy.
Christy, I'm James.
James, nice
well,
to meet
it's a
you.
pleasure to meet you, and thank you for stopping and
Yeah.
chatting.
Yeah, really
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Thanks. Bye.
Take care.
Good work.
Yeah, that was fun.
Good